Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's me the Rogue Trader again, and today I'm reviewing some miniatures from Wyrd Miniatures' upcoming new game, The Other Side. The three I'll be reviewing today are Margaret Bell, Fenton Brahms, and Cassie Oakloyd. Now, these miniatures are different from their current range, which is known as Malifaux. For example, the Malifaux miniatures are made of hard plastic. And I brought two examples here. These two are hard plastic, and they're fairly fidgety a little bit. I mean, they have a lot of parts to put them together, and the pieces aren't necessarily, you can bend some of the smaller parts, but they're not necessarily great for it. You don't want to, really. And they can break pretty easily if you're not careful. But they're still excellent models, don't get me wrong. I mean, look at the details on these guys. I mean, that is some stellar detail right there on these models. But these new ones, and we'll be starting off with Margaret Bell, are pretty amazing. I mean, first things first, the quality is absolutely amazing. And this is a pre-built model. There is no assembly required with these. These come pre-assembled. So you just pull them out of the package and you can pretty much play right away. If you don't want to paint them, obviously, but most people will paint them. They are made of a much softer plastic. You can see here it can bend, and even her whole body can bend here. But it's very stable. Even where she's connected, you can see she's only connected by 1 foot. It's very stable and not going to come off very easily. I really love how she's got this smoke magic effect going around her. Swirling around, she's kind of floating up on it. Very appropriate for her role as a spy assassin for the King's army. She is a pretty amazing model. I mean, the detail is just outstanding. The next one is Fenton Brahms. He is for the Cult of the Burning Man. He's a mage character for them. He's got his burning staff here, and a little bit of fire coming out of his hand as well. And you can just, again, see the detail on these guys is stellar. I can't believe they got this detail with this plastic. And again, as I mentioned with the small plastic, you can see how this is bent from the packaging. Not an issue. If you just take a little bit of a hairdryer or something, you can bend it, heat it up, bend it, and then take some cold water to freeze it into the position you want. And again, these all come pre-built. There's no building needed. So I'm just blown away on what Wyrd did with these miniatures. Truly pretty spectacular. And the last one here is Cassie Oakloyd. She's for Abyssinian and the King's Army. She can go for either faction at times. And she's, she's got herself here, her mechanic tools and a big old gun of some sort. I actually don't know what the name of the gun is. But she's a mechanic, does pretty well on repairing things and stuff like that. She's got her overalls on here and the tools and all her belts. And again, as I said, the detail is just phenomenal. Get your backpack here with these energy cords and power cells. And all of these models, these ones in particular, the individual ones, come mounted on a 40mm base, I believe is what the size of these are. Yeah, it's 40 millimeters. So it's fairly large compared to normal miniatures. But for their gameplay style, for this version, the other side, it's going to be different, obviously. But as I said, what's really most impressive with all of this is the quality of the miniatures. As I said, I'm just blown away with how all three of these, and these were the three I purchased during the Kickstarter, are just fantastic in their sculpts, and I'm not finding there's no flaws, no flashing or anything to have to be trimmed off. A little bit of mold lines, which I'll probably trim, but nothing to really complain too much about. I mean, you could literally pull these out of the box and just paint them right away. There would be nothing stopping you from doing that. And to have these pre-made is a pretty awesome and helpful thing. I mean, anyone who's put together a Malifaux model knows what I'm talking about. They aren't the easiest models sometimes to put together. So if you're thinking about, getting these to play the other side, or just want some cool models that you don't necessarily have to spend time building, I would highly recommend the new range of models we are just coming out with for the other side. So that is the review today, guys, and I hope you all have a great day.